The laughter hit me first, not the kind that warms a room, but the sharp, cruel kind, the kind that cuts. Her boss's lips brushed my wife's mouth in front of the entire room. He didn't hesitate, didn't fear, didn't care. When he pulled back, he looked directly at me. That smirk, thin, venomous, deliberate. "A nobody husband," he said, voice slick with amusement. "Living on handouts, spineless, penniless, forgettable." The room erupted. Glasses clinked. Suits shook with laughter. Even she, my wife, laughed. Not nervously, not out of shock, but with them. I didn't move. I didn't blink. I smiled, calm, almost gracious. And I said, "If I were you, I'd check my stock price." The air shifted, subtle, almost imperceptible, but I saw it. The way his smirk twitched, the way color drained from his skin. He knew something I knew, and that was enough. That night, when the party ended, she walked beside me in silence. Too careful, too measured. "Don't be dramatic," she muttered finally, as though my stillness was louder than any rage. I didn't answer. I let the silence linger. Silence unsettles the guilty more than words ever could. At home, she disappeared into the shower. I sat in the dark, staring at the faint reflection of myself in the black glass of the TV screen. A reflection of a man supposedly spineless, supposedly nothing. But I wasn't blind, I wasn't deaf, and I wasn't forgiving. The kiss wasn't random. It was ownership, a public claim. And her laughter, her choice, was confirmation. I thought of the late nights at the office, the unexplained phone calls, the sudden taste for expensive dresses she swore she'd gotten on discount. I didn't rage, I observed, and I remembered every detail. The next week, she carried on as if nothing had happened. She kissed my cheek in the mornings. She texted me reminders about groceries. She laughed at sitcoms beside me on the couch. But her phone buzzed at odd hours. Her eyes lingered on messages too long before answering. Her fingers hesitated before locking the screen. I began cataloging. Times, dates, numbers. While she slept, I checked billing records. While she showered, I checked her calendar. I wasn't searching for noise. I was building a pattern. One night, she came home late claiming a working dinner. The perfume on her skin wasn't hers. I leaned in close when she kissed me goodnight, and her body stiffened. Just for a second. Enough. A week later, I paid a quiet visit to a private investigator, a man who dealt in silence and signatures. He took the photos. He pulled the records. He found what I already knew but needed confirmed. The reports came back. Hotel rooms, private dinners, transactions, her name, his name, together. I sat with the papers in my lap for a long time, the night pressing against the windows. My hands didn't tremble, my heart didn't race. Instead, a strange calm settled over me, because knowledge is power, and power is control. The next evening, I set the folder on the dining table before she came home. When she walked in, she smiled, tired and distracted. "You're home early. Sit," I said. She froze. My tone was even, cold, detached, the kind of tone a surgeon uses before cutting. She sat. I slid the folder toward her. Her hand didn't move at first. Then, slowly, she opened it. The photos stared back at her. Hotel lobbies, dim restaurants, the blurred intimacy of her and him together. Her face collapsed in stages. Confusion, recognition, fear. Where did you... I leaned back in my chair. I already knew. Her mouth opened, but no words came. She looked like she might beg or lie or both. But she saw my expression, flat, detached, unreadable, and her throat closed around the attempt. She realized something then. This wasn't discovery. This was execution. The following night was the company's board dinner. He was there, of course, the CEO, smug as always, surrounded by sycophants. I walked in late, calm, collected. My wife trailed behind, pale and silent. I approached him, glass in hand. His smirk twitched when he saw me, the memory of my last words at the party no doubt lingering like a shadow. "Good evening," I said softly. He raised his glass, feigning composure. "You again." I leaned in just slightly, enough that only he could hear. "The board will love what I've sent them." His eyes flickered. For the first time, I saw fear break through that polished exterior. Because he knew. He knew about the documents, about the insider trading, about the falsified expense reports, all tucked neatly inside the same envelope I had handed the board's legal counsel hours earlier. I straightened, smiled, walked away. Behind me, his laughter faltered. His voice cracked. The room grew restless as whispers spread. And beside me, my wife stared, realizing her entire world was built on the back of a man already burning. I didn't wait for the fallout. I didn't need to see the collapse. At home, I packed a single bag. Clothes, documents, nothing sentimental. Nothing that tied me to her. She followed me to the door, panic replacing arrogance. "Please, we can fix this." I turned once, studying her. Not with love, not with hate, with clarity. "You laughed," I said. Her face broke. She reached out, but I stepped back. And then I left. The night air was sharp, clean. The city lights blurred like dying stars. For the first time in years, I felt weightless. Not because I had won, not because they had lost, but because I was finally free of the illusion. And freedom is the sharpest revenge of all. Final line, her laughter still echoes, but now it sounds exactly as it always was. Empty, hollow, and meaningless.